Cars lined up on the grid for the sixth race of the season for the Junior Saloon Car Championship. Identical Citroën Saxo VTRs, 1600cc engines, just moving off for their green flag lap, and it is the championship leader Harry Hickton, who's won 4 races out of 5 so far, in pole position alongside number 58 Harvey Dent. Second row is the Irishman in car number 22. That is Dara Flock alongside number 871 Jensen Bell. Max Hall, the only man to beat Harry Hickton so far this year, starts 5th on the grid alongside number 16 Jacob Heap. Row 4 is Travis Chapman, 77, number 10 Harry Smith. Row 5, Adam Harding and Jamie Good. And on the 6th row, Oliver Cottam. He'll be a little bit disappointed, I think, to be that far down the grid. One of the more experienced drivers on the grid in these cars, alongside CJ Morgan. Row 7, Jamie Petters, last year's top rookie, alongside Gabriel Doyle-Parfait. Row 8, Adam Parker and Zach Palmer. On the 9th row, Charlie Constable and Oscar Dix. Moving on back to the 10th row, Jacob Baldry starts alongside Riley Price, then Luke Scrooby and Jack James, Ben Carter and Jonathan Moore, Joel Ryan and Alexander Mostav, and Sandro Ballesteros rounds out the grid. Car number 93 has a 2-place grid penalty for an incident in the previous round. Number 93 is Max Hall, so he's moved back from 3rd to 5th on the grid. The championship opened on the Silverstone International Circuit, where it was a perfect weekend for Harry Hickton, the son of long-time saloon car racer David Hickton. Came in as a complete novice to the championship last year, having never even raced karts, and he won the first 2 races this year, his first wins in the championship. They then had a triple header a few weeks ago at Cadwell Park in Lincolnshire. Harry Hickton scored 2 wins there, was beaten into 2nd place in the first race by Max Hall in car number 93. Hickton, of course, leads the championship. Max Hall in 2nd. He's the leading rookie in the points. And it's Jensen Bell, number 871, 3rd place in the standings. These young racers have come through the world of karting, or in 1 or 2 cases from a short oval racing background. Some of these could be the British Touring Car Championship stars of the future. This is their training ground, some of them as young as 14. Keep an eye on Jamie Petters. He's had a bit of a frustrating season so far. That's the blue and Dayglow yellow car there, number 322, brother of Dan Petters, who used to race in the pickup truck racing championship, now racing elsewhere with a Porsche. '53 there is Jack James, winner of the Junior Saloon Car Scholarship in the winter. This is a 15-minute plus 1 lap race. So when the time counts down to 0, we go into the last lap. It's not checkered flag when the clock is down to 0. The last lap signal goes out instead. The Junior Saloons do it a bit differently. We've just had a 3-hour race. This race will fly by over just 15 minutes. To the grid they come then. Harry Hickton will be on pole in the number 46, a number more famous in motorcycle racing, of course, the red and blue car. 58 Harvey Dent, the black car with the red roof. 22 is Dara Flock. The Irishman alongside 871 Jensen Bell. 93 Max Hall in the blue and yellow car. Number 16 Jacob Heath in the grey Lucas Oil sponsored machine. The grid is into line, the marshals will give the all clear, the red lights will come on, and then we'll be underway for 15 minutes plus 1 lap of racing. And these identical Citroën Saxo VTRs. In position then, waiting for the 5-second board to go up from the start marshal's rostrum. You can see the first 3 rows of the grid. There's the 5-second board from underneath the gantry. Waiting for the red lights to come on. Junior Saloon Cars, first of 2 races this weekend, gets underway. The red lights go out and down towards the right-hander at Riches for the first time. Looks like everybody is away cleanly. Good start by Harry Hickton in the number 46, Harvey Dent in the blue and orange, the black and orange car alongside, trying to sweep around the outside. Are they all going to get round the first corner for the first time. It looks a little like it's a little bit of bumping and boring in there. One car wide onto the grass, but it's Hickton already a few car lengths clear with the lead. Attacking up the inside, Jacob Heaps made a good start in the number 16. He's going through into second place on the hairpin. Great start by Jacob Heap from the third row of the grid. He's up to second. A bit of rally crossing there for Oliver Cottam in the number 98, the blue and pink car running wide. He's had a slightly frustrating start to his season, trying to fight his way up the order in the early stages. They head towards Agostini for the first time. Then the 46 of Hickton leads. It's Heap in second. Harvey Dent, number 58, is in third. That's Jensen Bell trying to move up on the inside in the 871, attacking Max Hall in the blue and yellow car, number 93. Ahead of them is Dara Flock in the number 22. Everybody around the first few turns okay here on the Snetterton 300 circuits. Almost three wide there for third place at one point. Harvey Dent, Dara Flock and Max Hall in there. That's Jensen Bell. And in behind them, I think that's the 333 of Adam Harding, possibly. Yes, it is. He's made a good start from ninth on the grid. Out towards the back of the circuit they go for the first time then. Can anyone stop Harry Hickton? He's won 4 races out of 5 so far this year. So far, good, clean racing from the youngsters. Side by side there, the number 33 and the 11.33 of Jacob Baldry. 11 is Oscar Dix. A little bit of leaning on each other there down the straights. A bit of smoke there from Oscar Dix's car. Up the inside there for third place. Try and work out who that is in a second getting through. A little tricky to see the numbers on one or two of these cars, especially with the low sun at this time of the afternoon. There's Jamie Petters, the bright yellow and blue car, no mistaking that livery. Everybody seems to be around the first lap so far okay. There's the 53, Jack James, the scholarship winner over the course of the winter. It's Harry Hickton who leads, Jacob Heap in second place. The battle is on for third, 3 wide almost out of the final corner at Murray's there. Oh, and there's contact in the pack there. That's Adam Harding involved, Jamie Petters. On the grass was the 280 of Gabriel Parfait, I think. Hopefully they've survived that with just bodywork damage. Looks like Adam Harding made an over-optimistic charge through the middle there. It's the 77 car moving up to challenge Travis Chapman, the green and black car there. He's going well. Fling their way through the right-hander at Riches. Up towards Wilson's hairpin. It's Hickton in the clear ahead of Heap. It's Harvey Dent in third place. Travis Chapman side by side with Dara Flock for fourth position. Behind them, number 93, Max Hall. We'll try and get a replay of what happened there at the final corner. Yes, one car across the grass there and cannoned into the side of Jamie Petters. That was Adam Harding, sending other cars scattering wide onto the grass. I think Harding took the worst of that. We'll see if everybody comes round on this next lap. Adam Harding, I can tell you, has headed into the pits, so damage for him. Hopefully Jamie Petters, yes, I think has been able to survive that. There he is in the background. There's the fight for fourth position. It's Hickton from Heap and Harvey Dent, that is, in third place. Then Travis Chapman fighting it out with the 22 of Dara Flock and Max Hall in the 93. Scored his maiden win at Cadwell Park. He leads Jensen Bell in the rookie standings this year. All at the inside there takes Dara Flock coming through Oggies. Scrapping going on here behind them. Jensen Bell, the 8.7 on the ex-oval racer. Behind them it is the number 30 of Jamie Good. 3.03 there, that is Zach Palmer coming under fire from Jamie Petters. Behind them the number 92 of Adam Parker in the black and green machine, his familiar colours from last season. Of course, last year's championship was dominated by Charlie Hand. He's moved on up. We'll see him racing tomorrow in the Brick Car Trophy with his Renault Clio or the Westbourne Motorsport team. A few Westbourne cars in this race as well. There's Jamie Petters. You can see the damage where Adam Harding cannoned into him. Chasing the Vinnersport car of Zach Palmer, 3.03. He's got the novice cross on the back of his car. Your first 6 circuit races, you have to wear that black cross on the yellow background. Harry Hickton continues to lead. Jacob Heap in second. Harvey Dent on his own now in third. The main focus is this fight for fourth. Running wide onto the grass there was somebody towards the lower end of the top 10. I think number 59 heading through there, CJ Morgan. Leaders fairly well spaced out now. The lead gap is just over a second. Hickton ahead of Heap. There's Dent third. Max Hall is fourth. Travis Chapman ahead of Dara Flock now in the 22. Who does that belong to? My guess is Adam Harding. One of the marshals will pick that up as a souvenir. Somebody's run wide onto the grass there. Saw a cloud of dust. Oops, sideways there for Max Hall. 8.71 of Jensen Bell ahead of CJ Morgan. This is the fight for 7th place. Travis Chapman, I think that is, has dropped back behind them. It must have been Travis Chapman who ran wide onto the grass there. He's dropped a few places. He was 5th going into Riches there. Down towards the left at Agostini. The mirror hanging off Max Hall's cars. There's been a bit of rubbing in the pack. Jensen Bell chased by CJ Morgan. Travis Chapman trying to fight his way back up the order. Then we've got the 22 of Dara Flock, who's lost a couple of spots. Certainly a brightly coloured car there for Jensen Bell, the 871. Reminds me of the National Hot Rods raced by Steve Burgess, 286 in years gone by in the days of the Toyota Starlet. Very similar paint job. CJ Morgan behind him in the 59. Leaders are heading up to Brundles once again. There's a yellow and red striped flag. That's the slippery surface flag, warning of either oil on the track or debris. Here come your leaders, and the lead gap has come down a little. Bit of a lock up there. It's that front bit of bodywork there. Oh, and the leaders clipped it. So is the second place man, Jacob Heap. I don't think that does belong to Adam Harding, actually, because we saw him head into the pits after that incident down at Murray. So somebody else has shed a front bit of bodywork there. Everybody's going through it, so the debris flag didn't make much difference there, has to be said. Hopefully that hasn't damaged anybody's tyres. There goes Hickton from Heap. Already coming up to the 7.5 minutes to go mark. So they'll be halfway through the times as CJ Morgan lunges past Jensen Bell there. They both go out wide onto the grass. That was a bit optimistic there by CJ Morgan. Leaders head over the line. 0.7 of a second in it between Hickton and Heap. So Jacob Heap is closing it slightly. Made a great start up into second. Can he take his maiden win here? There's CJ Morgan battling it out with Dara Flock in the 22, who tries to close the door there at Rich's corner. Here's a replay of that incident. CJ Morgan diving at Jensen Bell. They both went rallycrossing. I think they did used to have rallycross here many years ago at Snetterton. Well, just about every form of motorsport has been staged here over the years, even drag racing on one of the straights in the infancy of that sport, back in the 60s and 70s. Just under 7 minutes to go, plus 1 lap. It's still Harry Hickton who leads ahead of Jacob Heap and Harvey Dent. The main focus, though, is this midfield battle for the lower reaches of the top 10. Jensen Bell has got going again after that incident earlier on. CJ Morgan behind him. There's the number 6, that's Charlie Constable. I don't know whether Dara Flock has got a problem there. He's dropping back down the order in the 22. Keep an eye on that the 22 car. He was in the leading runners early on, but Dara Flock was in 7th place at the end of the previous lap. I think he's dropped further back now. 3:03 of Zach Palmer now ahead of Flock, and that might be something to do with it. There's damage to the front of Dara Flock's car. He's got the 92 of Parker behind him now, then Petters. Here are the leaders. Just going through the foreground there. Hickton still ahead of Heap. Harry Hickton has the fastest lap of the race, 2:25.928. As you can see there, the front of Dara Flock's car stoved in there as he attacks the 3:03 of Zach Palmer. Back up the inside, retakes the place. Adam Parker in behind them, the 92. Saloon is on for 3rd place here. Harvey Dent under fire from Max Hall. 2 leaders are already clear of them, though. We'll see what the gap is as they cross the line. 0.764 of a second is the gap. Now up to just over a second as they go over the line. 4 laps completed. Harvey Dent still 3rd, just ahead of Max Hall. They're side by side as they go over the line. Harvey Dent will have the inside line for the right-hander. Stays ahead of Max Hall. Somebody out of the race, 2:80. Gabriel Parfait is out. contested the scholarship over the winter. He's out of this one. Not too sure where that is that he's pulled up. Damage on the front of that's number 33 car as well. That's Jacob Baldry. So one or two rather battered cars, but I think we've only had one retirement so far. Maybe not even that. Yes, Gabriel Parfait is out. Adam Harding, I thought, was out of the race. He's got going again after pulling into the pits to check the damage. He's a lap down. Here is a replay of Gabriel Parfait suddenly turning sharp left. Has he lost his steering there? Does he avoid the wall? Yes, only just. He pulled very suddenly to the left of the road there. See some damage to the front of the car. I'm not too sure what's happened. That's at Marshall's post 18, so towards the end of the lap. Sort of 4 minutes of this Junior Saloon Car Championship race to go. Tended to go by quickly, this race. There's somebody else kicking up the dust there. CJ Morgan has got back ahead of the 871 of Jensen Bell. This is the battle for 8th place. Behind them is Charlie Constable, number 6. Leaders separated by just over a second. Here's the fight for 3rd, and through goes Max Hall. Gets ahead of Harvey Dent there into Brundles. Blue machine there, the Westbourne Motorsport car of Max Hall up into 3rd place. There have been just 2 winners so far this year. All through consistency. Jensen Bell is 3rd in the points coming into this race. There's our 2 leaders, Harry Hickton from Jacob Heap. Now, Jacob Heap is quite a way down the championship. He hasn't had a lot of luck so far this year. He's only 13th in the points. This would be by far his best result of the season. There's Travis Chapman up there in 5th. Jamie Good is next in the number 30. Side by side there, Jamie Petters with the 92 of Adam Parker. Here's the fight for 3rd. Hall still ahead of Dent. Battle for 5th headed up by Travis Chapman, number 77 in the Jeekins race preparation built car. We saw Alfie Jeekins race in this championship last year, the former rallycross driver. There's Charlie Constable, he's running well, ahead of Zach Palmer. 11th place. A lock up there for the 77 of Travis Chapman, but he holds 5th position. Number 10, Harry Smith, running well. He's up there in 7th place, the number 10 car. There's a fight at the back. I think we found who that bit of bodywork belongs to. Look at the front of Riley Price's car, number 17. That's missing its front balance. Riley Price down in 24th. The lead gap is up to 1.4 seconds. There's Jamie Petters. Well, since that contact on the first lap, he's had the front bumper hanging off. Adam Parker and Oliver Cottam swarming over the back of his car. Oh, somebody's gone grass tracking. He's going to rejoin just in front of this group as well. Who's that? Excuse me, say the pursuers there. That's Charlie Constable, number 6, who's had an off. That's the Oryx competition car. It's over a minute plus 1 lap to go. There's Travis Chapman still leading the 5th place fight ahead of Jamie Good, Harry Smith, then CJ Morgan, Jensen Bell and Dara Flock rounding out the top 10. Side by side, Oliver Cottam and Jamie Petters. Leaders are up at the far end of the circuit at the moment. Harry Hickton has controlled this race, just as he did in both races at Silverstone. Defeated by Max Hall in race 1 at Cadwell Park, but then won races 2 and 3. All taking a 2nd place. Now Adam Harding on the podium a couple of times at Cadwell, but early damage for him, stymieing his efforts in this one. 20 seconds on the clock. Leader goes over the line. Now we had about 15 seconds left there, so I think we'll get this lap and one more. There is Harry Hickton. He's heading already for win number 5 this season. Jacob Heap up there in 2nd place. By far his best result of the season. Hickton, Heap and Hall, your top 3, the 3 H's. Max Hall still holding off Harvey Dent. There's another bit of bodywork. I think that might have come off Charlie Constable's car looking at the colours when he went off. If ever you're after parts for a Citroen Saxo VTR, marshal at a junior saloon car race. I jest, of course. It's all about learning to race for these young drivers. Harry Higton, another superb, dominant performance up front. Here's a replay. Ah, that might be who's lost the rear bumper. Number 36, Joel Ryan. Running wide onto the grass. A couple of cars running wide there. In fact, that was coming out of Nelson's. Jensen Bell under fire from Dara Flock. Behind them, Zach Palmer. And then this fight's still going on between Petters, Parker and Cotton. There goes your leader. The clock has gone down to 0. I think we'll get one more lap out of this. There's Harry Smith further back, just ahead of CJ Morgan. Now they're chasing Jamie Good in the number 30. This is the fight for 6th position. Travis Chapman has pulled away slightly ahead of them. There he is. Higton into Brundle, then Nelson. His father David has raced saloon cars, including classic touring cars, for many years. A great drive by Jacob Heap in the Lucas Oil number 16. There's Adam Harding. That's the car that got damaged on the first lap. Look at the state of that. He's kept it going though. Made a pit stop to check for damage, but he's still on the lead lap, running at the tail of the field. Through Murray's comes the race leader. There were still a few seconds on the clock when they came through last time, so I think this will be last lap. We can see as they cross the line. No checkered flag being prepared, so it is last lap this time for Harry Higton. What's his lead over Jacob Heap? It's up to 3 3/4 seconds now, 3.729 to be precise, so he's pulled away on that last lap. New fastest lap for Higton, 2:25.653. And the fight for 3rd place coming down towards Richard. It's still close between Max Hall and Harvey Dent. They were side by side on the way in. Leaders will come down towards Agostini. Harry Higton has got this race in the bag, barring any major disaster. Jacob Heap has dropped back slightly, but the battle is still red hot for 3rd place between Max Hall and Harvey Dent. There they are in the background. It looks like Max Hall has got it at the moment. Max Hall up there in 3rd. Been a good fight between these two for 3rd place. Hall had that 2-place grid penalty. And they're well clear of the fight for 5th, which is still headed by the black and white car there, Travis Chapman ahead of Jamie Good. They will have another race tomorrow, these cars. Jacob Heap chasing on. He'll be pleased with 2nd place here, his best result of the season. Harry Higton has pulled away now. He's kept honest by Jacob Heap early on, but Harry Higton really is dominating this championship. Remember, he came in last year as a complete novice. He'd never raced anything before. Learned quickly. Oh, he's sideways there. Coming through Nelson. Takes a bit of curb on the outside. Needs to take it easy here through the last couple of corners. Heap in 2nd place, and the fight for 3rd is going to go to the line between Hall and Dent. There is Max Hall in 3rd. He's pulled a couple of car lengths clear of Harvey Dent now. But here comes the leader round the final corner. It's going to be win number 5 out of 6 rounds this season. Really dominating this championship. Number 46, Harry Higton. Pole position and another flag to flag victory. There is the checkered flag. Harry Higton takes the win. 2nd place, best result of the season for Jacob Heap. He'll be elated with that. And 3rd place will go to Max Hall, I think. They're coming up towards the line now. It is the number 93 of Max Hall in 3rd. 4th goes to Harvey Dent. Good fight between those two. The battle for 5th headed up by number 77 of Travis Chapman in the Jeekins prepared car. 6th will be Jamie Good. 7th place is CJ Morgan getting through for 6th there on the run to the line, just ahead of Jamie Good. They finished a 10th of a second apart. Harry Smith, Dara Flock and Jensen Bell completing the top 10, then Zach Palmer, Jamie Petters and the rest of them. 23, Jacob Baldry. There's another bumper lying there on the outside of that corner. Few presents for our marshals to recover. Thanks as always to the volunteer marshals. Couldn't go racing without them. They've got a bit of clearing up to do after that race. Plenty of entertainment as always from our young guns in the Junior Saloon Car Championship. And there's Adam Harding. Went over the grass and crashed into Jamie Petters at the end of the opening lap. But he is going to make it home in a rather light Saxo, the Oryx competition car. Yeah, it's just the one retirement from that race. Sadly, we lost Gabriel Parfait midway through in the 280 car. I think his steering had broken. So the win goes to Harry Hickton by 4.5 seconds at the flag ahead of Jacob Heath, and they were well clear of the battle between Max Hall and Harvey Dent for third. Travis Chapman completing the top 5 ahead of CJ Morgan, who just beat Jamie Good on the line for 6th place. Harry Smith, Dara Flock and Jensen Bell rounding out the top 10. Then Zach Palmer, Jamie Petters, Oliver Cottam, Adam Parker and Charlie Constable rounding out the top 15. Behind them, Oscar Dix was next home ahead of Luke Scrooby. Then Joel Ryan, despite running wide onto the grass at one point. 53 was next of Jack James, then the number 12, Jonathan Moore. Alex Mostab was next ahead of Riley Price. The 57 of Ben Carter. Then Sandro Ballesteros, Jacob Baldry and Adam Harding after his pit visit. Completing the finishers, sadly we lost Gabriel Parfait midway through. Well, we can head down to Ewan in Parc Ferme. Hopefully we're ready to talk to some of the drivers ahead of our last race of today, the Snetterton Saloons.
Cheers, Dave. Yeah, what a great race in the Junior Saloons. I've got our second place finisher here, Jacob Heath. Jacob, what a sensational lunge into turn 2 on lap number 1.
Oh, it was amazing. I got a few places on start, around the outside, and you know, I just braked later than into turn 2. Yeah. What a drive!
Because you started off in 6th. That's your best finish of the season as well. Like you just saw a gap straight into second place. That was you and Harry off then.
Yeah, you know, if there's a gap in racing, you don't take it. You're not a racing driver. I saw a gap and I took it.
And what does this mean for you in terms of your season? Because it's your best finish so far, isn't it?
Yeah, best finish ever. Over the moon with it.
Brilliant.
It's amazing.
And how are you going to celebrate tonight, second place?
I don't know. Find out tonight.
And you can tell us tomorrow as well. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, buddy. Right, let's try and speak to Harry here. Where's he gone? Just turn around for me. Harry Hickton, where's he shot off to? If not, we'll try and grab Max Hall. Oh, here he is, Harry. You've done it again, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. A bit of a harder race. Got the pressure from Jacob behind me, but then I got swing of things together and then put with a good sector together and got some good times in at the end.
Yeah, I mean, you were kept really honest in that race. It's easy to look at that as a procession. You led from the start, you led into the first corner, led the entire race, but it wasn't that easy at all, was it?
No, that's something I've got to work on, just dealing with the pressure behind. Made a couple little mistakes, but not too major. But I worked around it and then just adapted to it in the end and then got some good times in, pulled away, got some consistency in there, so yeah.
Now, we often talk about making changes overnight or between races. You don't need to do anything, do you? You're winning so consistently now. Is it phenomenal?
Yeah, I mean, the winning's good, but I mean, there's always more to improve on. Never perfect, so until I get perfect, winning every race, every fastest lap, every pole by miles, then there's still work to do.
It is close to perfect, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Right, let's see if we can find out. Max is here behind us. I'm going to chat with our... don't fall over the bollards. We'll have a chat with Max when he's done with our pit race commentator. Oh, hang on a second, Alan. We've got a bit of damage here. Don't know if Dave spotted that in the race.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on here?
Wing mirror's gone.
First of all, congrats, third place.
Yeah, thank you.
How was that race for you?
I had quite a bad start, but just managed to claw my way back through the field. I had quite a close battle with Harvey, but just about managed to come on top.
I mean, it was great competitive racing. It always is in the junior saloons.
Yeah, I really like the racing.
How close could you have got to second place? What was holding you back, maybe?
It was too much of a gap. I don't really think I could have got much closer.
I mean, you got a fantastic lunge into the second corner on the first lap.
Yeah, it was good.
So, overnight, anything changes to the car that you make?
Probably fix it.
Fix that. Definitely fix that. But otherwise, your season's gone from strength to strength, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a really good season so far. Hopefully I can carry it on.
Fantastic. Well done, mate. Go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers, buddy.